Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last class, we discussed exercise 4.3 questions. Okay, question number 8 of 4.3 I'm taking again. Question is saying, in countries like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit. You must be knowing the weight also is taken in pounds over there. So you must have seen somewhere in some wrestling and all, they are showing the weights in pounds always. So they have different units than us. So whereas in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. Here is a linear equation that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. So as we have seen different conversions, similarly we have a conversion between Fahrenheit and Celsius also. So first part is saying draw the graph of linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis. So you can take it as x-axis and Fahrenheit as y-axis. So this is your y. So you can say same question it is as we have done earlier one. You have to make a box in which this C will be acting as your x coordinate and this F will act as your y coordinate, and again you have to find three inputs and outputs for them respectively. Understood? After finding these 3 points, you can easily locate them on the number line, sorry, on that xy plane, and you will obtain your line. Okay. After that, you have to find all these parts. So let's see the first part first. F is equal to 9 upon 5 C plus 32. So we have this first fruit or the input we take as 0, the best or the easiest one. So when we have taken C as 0, we will put 0 in the place of C. We know 0 into anything is 0 only. So we get F equal to how much? 32. The first output or the juice. Second one is minus 5. Why minus 5? Because minus 5 is convenient. Because it can easily cut the denominator. So we will avoid fraction if we use minus 5. Okay, if you take minus 1, minus 2 or minus 3, something like that, it will be not good. Also, if you take plus 5, it will be okay. But the issue is in plus 5, you will get a positive value. 9 5s are 45 plus 32. So that value will be around 80, which is tough for you to locate on number line. So we should try to make it limited so that it is easy for us to locate on the number line. Okay. So I've taken minus 5. Let's see what happens. So I just replace C with minus 5 like this. This 5 and this 5 will cut. Minus into 9 becomes minus 9 plus 32. It becomes 23. So we have got the output as 23. Again the third input I have taken as minus 10. Same reason. Because 5 can divide minus 10 very easily. So we have got this 5 ones are 5 minus 2s are. So minus 2 into 9 is minus 18 plus 32. So we will get 14 as the third output. You can obtain different values for this. There is no such rule that you have to find these only. Okay. Every question in mathematics is having different ways to be solved. Okay. You just need to understand which way is convenient for you. So let's see how to plot the graph. We have obtained 3 points. Let's call it point number A, point number B, and point number C. So it is 0, 32, minus 5, 23, and minus 10, 14. Now let's locate these 3 points to obtain the line. First of all, you will draw. First thing is draw number line as usual. This time we have taken X as Celsius, so we'll write C, C dash, and F, F dash. I guess it is clear to you. Now we take scale as per the units we have, as per the quantities we have. You can see here the quantity is 0, 32, minus 5, 23, minus 10, 14. So these Celsius values are not that much high. They are simple values. That is why I have taken the scale on x-axis as 1 unit equal to 2 degree Celsius. Please note it, as the value of first coordinate, that is of Celsius, are very small or simple. So I have taken 1 unit as 2 degree Celsius. So you can see I have written like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10. This time I have used scale to draw equal divisions. You can see. So it is accurate one. Similarly, now comes the scale for y-axis. Here you can see 32, 23, 14. So here you can take a scale of 5, a scale of 2 also. But if you take a scale of 2, you have to make how many divisions for this? You will have to make 16 divisions to reach 32. But in some cases we don't want to waste the paper we are having. So we should take some bigger unit in this case. Let's take 10 unit in my example. You can take different if you want. Okay, I have taken one unit as 10 degree Fahrenheit. So you can say it is 10 degree Fahrenheit, 20 Fahrenheit, 30 Fahrenheit, 40 Fahrenheit, and 50 Fahrenheit. Similarly, in the lower die side it is minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. I hope you got the scale. So as per the coordinates we assume the scale. Okay, so to make it easy for us to draw, now see how I have drawn it. First value is 0,32. So 0 on Celsius scale and 32 on Fahrenheit scale. It is somewhere here. More than 30 but less than 40. You can see this is the mid of 30 and 40. It is around 35. So we will watch it in this portion. It is somewhere here 32. If you use a graph paper, you will find there are 10 division between it. Those division will help you to understand easily. In my example, I don't have those division because it is not a graph paper. So just a what you say idea I am taking that it is near 30 somewhere here 32. This point is 0,32. Similarly, second point is minus 5,23. So minus 5 on x-axis, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6. In between these two is minus 5 like this, and this is 20, somewhere here is 23. So they both meet on this point. This is our point B. Similarly, last point C I have drawn like this. Now if I join these, I got like this a graph. If you compare this graph with that at the back of the book, it seems little bit different. Don't worry, the scale used by them is different. That's all. This is correct. The scale you will take, that will be correct. Only one thing you should be making sure that the point on axis should be same. So here, if you find the point and here on y axis, they should be same in the answer given back as well as here. Okay, make sure this thing. Else both are correct. Now second part is saying if temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, what is temperature in Fahrenheit? Very easy. Given to you is in Celsius, put in C this value and obtain the value of F. So you can say it is the input given to you and you have to find the output. Very easy. Second example, the third part is if temperature is 95 degree Fahrenheit. So what they've done is they have given you the output this time. This is given to you. This is asked. Very simple. Suppose that example that we have taken in Zoom class, someone gives you a juice and asks from which fruit this juice was made. So you have to find the input which was used to make this juice. Okay, very simple. You can try. I have find it over here, but try to do it on your own. Okay. Now I've taken the fifth part. Fourth part is simple. You can try on your own. This is little bit thinking question. If the x is a temperature which is numerically equal in both F and C, find x. Okay, so what happens is we have seen that in India, if temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, suppose our body temperature is 35 degrees Celsius, and you find temperature on that what you say thermometer, it is around 98 or 97. I'm not doing the exact value, so you can see how much difference in the numerical value. The question is saying, is it a possibility that the both values are equal? That whatever value in Celsius, it is same in F also. Now you have to think about this because we have seen if it is 35 in Celsius, it is around 98 in Fahrenheit. So let's try to find a particular value in which both F and C are same. So let's see how to find. So what you have to do is you have to assume from your side that suppose F is equal to C, we have assumed. Now what we'll do, we will replace this C with F, or you can replace this F with C. Both things are same. So what we are doing is we are making the equation in one variable, either F or C. Okay. So let's see. What we are doing is we are putting F equal to C. So this F became C is equal to 9 upon 5 C plus 32. Now you can observe this is linear equation in one variable. Solve this variable. This will go to this side in negative. When you solve it, you get this value. Finally, you get C equal to minus 40 degree. So this is the value. We can say minus 40 degree Fahrenheit is same as minus 40 degree Celsius. And at this temperature, both the numerical values are same. You can observe. But if you say 40 degree Fahrenheit, sorry, 40 degree Celsius, it will be around 102 or 3 something Fahrenheit. You can check on your own in your what you say that Google search you can check minus 40 degree Fahrenheit is same as minus 40 degree Celsius, but 40 degree Celsius is 103 or 104 whatever it comes, you can check. So this is the answer of this question. Okay, I hope you got the concept of the question. Let's see the next one. New topic is equation of lines parallel to x-axis and y-axis. Before finding equation of line parallel to these axes, do we know equation of x-axis or y-axis? No, I have not told you till now. So first we need to understand what is equation of x-axis. What should we call its equation? Because it is also a line. We have seen every line has an equation, and if you observe x-axis is a horizontal line, it also should have an equation. Similarly, y-axis is also a line, it also should have an equation. Now what should be done? To find their equation, we should understand the examples first. Okay, and with the help of those examples, we will try to name it. Let's start. You can see, we know on x-axis every point has coordinate of the form a comma 0. Why I am saying this? You can see, suppose this is the graph 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the x-axis. Okay, just an example I am taking -2, -3. You can tell me what is coordinate of this point. You will say, sir, it is 1 comma 0. If I ask coordinate of this point, you will say, sir, 3 comma 0. Similarly, this point is -3 comma 0. What is same in all of them? The same thing is second coordinate, that is y coordinate. It is always 0 on x-axis. You can see this first coordinate is changing everywhere, but the second coordinate is same in all of them. That is why I said that on x-axis every point is of the form a comma 0, where a is the variable part. It can change 1, -1, 2, 3, -4, -7, -8, whatever you want. But this is constant number, and we all know constant remains same. It never changes. Okay, so this is the hint. This is the hint that y part is always 0. This will help us out to find equation of x-axis. So let's see. We can say using this that y coordinate always 0 on x-axis, and we can generalize equation of x-axis as y is equal to 0. I hope you got this. As y is always 0 on x-axis, we name equation of x-axis as y is equal to 0. Very easy. Similarly, you try to think on your own what should be equation of y-axis. Think, very simple thing. Again, if you take coordinate axis like this, we have got this equation. This equation is y equal to 0. Now we are thinking about y-axis, y dash. Simple. Again think about the points on this line. Here suppose this is 1. The coordinate is how much? 0, comma 1. Similarly, if this point we take 0, comma 2. This point we take 0, comma minus 1. Something like that. If you observe what is common in all these points, first coordinate, that is x coordinate of all these ordered pairs, is 0. This will help us to find the equation of y-axis, and you can see that the normal coordinate on y-axis is given by 0 comma b, where 0 is the constant for x and b is the variable for y. This b can take any value because it is a variable. So we can say x equal to 0 is the equation of y-axis. I hope you got it. Now we have understood the equation of x-axis is x-axis equation is y is equal to 0 and y-axis equation is x equal to 0. Just opposite thing. Okay, this will help me out to find the parallel lines, the line which are parallel to x-axis or y-axis. We can easily write their equation now. Let's see. Understand the pattern and you can write it very easily. Let's start. So, equation of line parallel to x-axis or y-axis. First of all, I am going with y-axis parallel lines. So this is the y-axis. What are parallel lines? Parallel lines are those lines which if you extend on both the ends, they will never ever meet each other. They are like tracks of railway. You can see they are parallel. They will never ever meet each other. Okay. There are some crossings over there where they meet, but generally the track of railway line always has a fixed distance between them. So suppose we have found equation of this line, this y-axis. What is the equation? X equal to 0, and we observe that all the points are of the form 0 comma b. Let's draw a line parallel to y-axis like this and observe this line. What is value of this point? Please help me. What is the value of this point? It is 2 comma 1. What is value of this point? 2 comma 2. What is value of this point? 2 comma 4. What is value of this point? 2 comma minus 2. This point 2 comma minus 3. Now observe all these points. What is same? Again, x coordinate is same in all of them and that is 2 this time. Here it was 0 but in this case it is 2. So we will say equation of this line which is parallel to y-axis is x equal to 2. Any issue? This was x equal to 0. Therefore, this is equal to x equal to 2 and they both are parallel. Similarly, you can take this example. Please tell me what is the coordinate of this point? It is 5 comma 1. It is 5 comma 3. It is 5 comma minus 2. Again you can see the first coordinate is same in all of them. So here the equation is x equal to 5. I hope you got this. Similarly, this equation is x equal to minus 3. No issue. Whatever is common, just name it as equation. Very simple. So whenever someone says, please tell x equal to 7. X equal to 7 is a line parallel to, you will say, very easy, y-axis. X equal to 3.5 is a line parallel to y-axis. X equal to minus 2.5 is a line parallel to y-axis, and so on. You will get like this. Okay. Now see. In a similar way, I have now taken lines parallel to x-axis. Here we have got the equation as y is equal to 0 because y was always 0 along this line. Similarly, if you take this line, take the coordinates. This coordinate is how much? 1 comma 2. This coordinate is how much? 4 comma 2. This coordinate is how much? 4 comma, sorry, 1 second. This is wrong. 1 second. This coordinate is minus 3. because first we write x coordinate, then we write y coordinate. Minus 3 comma 2, this was 1 comma 2, this was 3 comma 2, this was 5 comma 2. And now we can generalize that in all of them the y coordinate is same, so we can say this equation is y is equal to 2. So y equal to 2 is a line parallel to x-axis. Similarly, this line is passing through point 4, so we can say it is y equal to 4. Similarly, this one is y equal to minus 2. Very simple. Now I have generalized this line parallel to x-axis whose equation is y equal to 0 is of the form y equal to a. I have told you this thing, y equal to 3, y equal to 5, y equal to 7. All these lines are parallel to x-axis. Now, example I have taken y equal to 3, y equal to 2, y equal to 7, y equal to minus 5. They all are parallel to x-axis. One more thing you have to generalize here. If you see how many variables are there in these equations, only one variable I have used. So we call it using one variable. But y equal to 3 in one variable will be only a point. So we make it two variable because this chapter is linear equation in two variable. So we make it like this 0x plus y equal to 3. No issue because x was not there. I brought 0x. Similarly 0x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. The standard form. Similarly this one. We call it using two variable. And similarly for this one, line parallel to y-axis, equation is x equal to 0. So we say x equal to 1, x equal to 5, x equal to minus 2. All these are parallel to y-axis, and in two variables we can write like this: x plus 0 y equal to 1, x plus 0 y minus 5 equal to 0, x plus 0 y plus 2 equal to 0. I hope all of you got the concept of lines parallel to x-axis and y-axis. Use these simple concepts to find solution of those examples given, and tomorrow I will be giving you the exercise. Okay, you can try on your own today also, no issue. Thank you. Work hard. All the best.